Water, the essence of life. Our planet Earth is unique in the entire solar system or in the entire universe mainly because of water, which sustains life of all forms, from human to animals, plants. All forms of life are sustained because in the planet Earth mainly because of water. There are lot of creatures, aquatic creatures which live in the water, such as tortoise, fish and crocodile. There are also birds. So all these creatures, because of the beliefs in the Hindu system, Vasudeva Kutumbkam, they have been part of our religious life from the very beginning. We have considered them as part of our ecosystem, our cultural ecosystem from the very beginning. So all forms of life, whether tortoise or crocodile or fish, so they are considered as sacred in Hinduism. We have been very closely associated with water, and all these water creatures have been part of our folk tales. Their association with human beings. We have tried to create meanings out of them, the wider perceptions about the world through these water creatures. And one of them is the Makara, that is the crocodile, the Indian alligators. So today let us discuss about how Makara has been integral to the temple art of Bhubaneswar. So long back, there was a river. On the bank of the river, there was a jamun tree, and this jamun tree was known for its sweetest jamuns that were ever found in the world at that time. And monkey had made this tree as its shelter. He would live happily, releasing day and night the sweetest jamuns. He had also a family of his own, and all of them lived happily. So in the river, there was a crocodile, but it was a he crocodile, a male crocodile. And somehow he would see from the distance how the monkey is living happily, releasing the jamun fruits. So he thought of once that let me also try out. For that he had to make friendship with the monkey. So one day what had happened, he came swimming to the jamun tree, and then he met the monkey. And when he met the monkey, he was very polite. Of course, he had hidden interest which he was not revealing, but before monkey was very polite and requested him for the friendship. So the monkey was very generous. He was very welcoming, humble, So he immediately accepted the request of the crocodile to make for friendship. So once the friendship grew, every day he would come, the crocodile, and release, both of them would release the jamun fruits. So one day what had happened, after a few couple of days, once the friendship became more stronger, the crocodile told his friend monkey that he lives on the other side of the river with his wife, with his beautiful wife. And since he told about his new friendship to his wife is very eager to meet his new friend and also release the same jamun fruit from his hand, from his friend's hand. The monkey said, no problem, I am also eager to meet your wife, but how can I go because I don't know swimming? So crocodile said, for that you need not have to worry, because I can take you on my back to my home where you can meet my wife, and all of us will have released the jamun fruit together. So one fine day they decided to swim the river. It was a sunny morning, beautiful morning, calm and quiet everywhere. But when they were swimming in the middle of the river, the crocodile revealed his hidden plan. I have brought you here not to introduce you my wife, but I want your livers to eat. The monkey never expected that his friend would ditch in the middle of the river, and he had no chance to escape also because he did not know how to swim. So, but he was clever. The crocodile did not realize that the monkey would be so clever. So what he said, I have no problem offering you my liver as your food, but unfortunately I have left it in the tree where I am living. So if you want my liver, you have to get me back there, and once I climb up to the tree, I will bring it down, and then you can eat, you can release my liver. The foolish crocodile had to believe, because he did not know that monkey was so clever. So both of them returned back to the bank of the river where the monkey had its shelter and the jamun tree was located. So immediately after they reached, so he climbed up to the tree where the crocodile would never be able to reach, and then he said that, you fool crocodile, I had so much of trust on you, but you were teaching me in the middle of the river where I had no escapes, where I had no chance to escape. So you never know, I will never make friendship with you, and it is all over. And you know, liver cannot be kept in a tree. It is integral part of the body, and if you want my liver to eat, you have to kill me, but unfortunately you cannot do because I am in the top of the tree. So now the friendship is over. So this is the moral which is beautifully depicted, the moral of the Panchatantra, which is beautifully depicted here at Mukteshwar temple. Friends, I am Jitu Mishra, a co-founder of Sarna Education and Cultural Services, Bhubaneswar. This is the book written by me on Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar, Lord Shiva's Eastern Award, published by Vidya Publication Inc., Toronto. I am in the holy land of Ekamra today. This book also is about Ekamra Kshetra, and in front of me is the tank of Mukteshwar temple, the sacred tank of Mukteshwar temple. So let me read a chapter on Kshetras and Tirthas in Hinduism and how they are associated with water bodies. In traditional Hindu belief, life is a pilgrimage, a journey, as a quest for moral and spiritual significance that does not end with death, as it does not bring the final release, moksha. For the blessed ones, moksha from all conditions of existence is gained through the knowledge of Brahmavidya, or the realization of supreme identity. Some attain it while alive, others at death. For most people who lack that knowledge to make them fit for the realization of supreme principle, there are other roads prescribed by scriptures, such as pilgrimage. Places of pilgrimage are distributed throughout the country and are called Kshetras and Tirthas. Tirtha is the name of a place of pilgrimage on a seashore or on the bank of a river or lake. Water, the purifying and fertilizing element, is the essence of a tirtha. Bathing in its currents reinforces steps towards inner realization. According to Hindu beliefs, tirthas are also the pleasure gardens for gods, where they are engaged in eternal play and display their presence in the world. A temple is built near a water source, natural or artificial, of a tirtha. A kshetra is often referred to a certain location where we find a collection of tirthas. So this is Mukteshwar temple, one of the gems of Kalingan temples. It is referred to as the gem among all Odisha temples built in the 10th century CE, and it is the sacred tank. So most of the temples in Ekamra Kshetra or elsewhere in India, wherever you have tirthas, are all associated with water bodies. So friends, Makara is integral to Hindu temple art, not only Hindu, even Buddhist temple art, from the very beginning of Indian civilizations. We all know that Makara is an aquatic animal, and our association with water is very, very ancient. So Makara has got varied behavior. It is also aggressive. It kills human beings when one enters to its habitat. So the idea of Makara Torna was evolved due to multiple factors. We all know about the dragons in China, the Chinese dragon. It is nothing but similar to what we have Makara in Indian context, both in Hinduism as well as in Buddhism. So according to some scholars, the idea of Makara, in the sacred art goes back to the time of Greek civilizations. And since both China and India were integral part of the Silk Route connecting Greece and the Mediterranean regions with Asia, so because of the continuous exchange of ideas, features like Makara or other syncretic animals or mixed animals, they evolved over a period of time. So we have also Yalis or Vidalas in Odisha context, which we'll be discussing in another video. But Makara here. So all these creatures, they evolved due to the continuous exchange of ideas through the Silk Route. So, in Indian context, Makara goes back to the time of Emperor Ashoka. The depiction of Makara in art goes back to the time of Emperor Ashoka. At Lomos Rishi cave in Bihar, for example, you have one of the earliest depictions of Makara Torana in Indian context, which is from the Buddhist site, which is from the Buddhist civilizations. Then you have at Besnagar in Gujarat. Then you have Sanchi, Bharut. So also in Sri Lanka, our neighboring country, which is a major Buddhist civilization, you have profusion of depictions of Makara Torana in various Buddhist heritage sites. Among the temples of Bhubaneswar, Mukteshwar temple is considered a gem for its beautiful compact form and art. The most important feature of the temple is its Torana or the arched gateway. Consists of thick pillars, you can see thick pillars that have strings of beads. You can see the strings of beads here. And other ornaments carved on statues of smiling women in languorous repose. Friends, the Makara Torana represents the gate of heaven in sacred art. It marks the entrance to the niche or the cave of the world, which is the dwelling place of the divinity. So, in popular Hindu belief, in our Hindu civilizations in India, also in the Buddhist civilizations, so when you are entering the temple, you are entering to the realm of the God, where you surrender all your sufferings on the lotus feet of the God. The Garbhagriha or the sanctorium is filled with compassion. But before entering to the Garbhagriha of the temple, you have to pass through the gateway to the heaven, and the gateway is the sacred gateway. It is the Makara Torana. Friends, Kalingans, the ancestors of present-day Odias, were known for their seafaring cultures. They were brave sailors. They were referred to as Sadhavas, and during certain periods, certain months of the year, they would sail their ship to the through the mighty sea of Indian Ocean to distant lands, the fabled lands of Java, Sumatra and Sri Lanka. And when they would make voyages, they would come across numerous sea creatures, and they would appear almost like the crocodiles, the magarmach or the kumbhira, what we say in Odia. So these ideas, because and some of them would be, these animals would be very aggressive, and many times they would be attacked by our ancestors, our sadhavas would be attacked by these sea animals, and they would be killed. Many of them would be also killed during their long voyages in the sea. And that is what that is why the Makara in Indonesian context and also probably in Odishan context have been referred to as Kala Makara, because of its association with death and time. And once you cross that Kala, then you enter to the realm of timeless, where nothing can bother you, and you will enter through the world of moksha, the liberations. So that is what has been the belief. Friends, in the Vedic religion, Varuna, the god of the sea, was a major god. Of course, in medieval time, Varuna became a peripheral deity, and at Rajarani Temple in Bhubaneswar, which is an 11th century jewel and one of the finest buildings in Bhubaneswar, you have a beautiful depiction of Varuna. Its vehicle is a Makara, a crocodile. So Varuna is again associated with Makara, and the sculpture of Varuna at Rajarani Temple is also not only handsome, but is one of the finest jewels among all Hindu temple art of India. Friends, as you see here at Mukteshwar Temple, where the Makara Toruna is a standalone structure. Besides Mukteshwar Temple, of course, you don't have a standalone structure of Makara Toruna in any of the Hindu temples at Bhubaneswar from the medieval time. But at temples like Baitala, which is again a jewel, is a Khakra temple in 8th century CE, which was built for the Shakti worship. There you have also beautiful arches, influenced, the Chaita arches, influenced by the Buddhist architecture. You have depiction of beautiful depiction of Makara on both sides of the Nataraj image, but Nataraj sculptures. Friends, this is Marichikunda, which is again in the premises of Mukteshwar Temple, and it is believed that the barren women, if they take holy bath here, they would be able to bear children, and this has been part of the belief systems in Bhubaneswar from the time immemorial. But why I am here today is that on both sides you will find two mother goddesses. Here is the Ganga, here is the Jamuna, and Ganga and Jamuna are, about Ganga and Jamuna, both are holy rivers, holiest among the holy rivers in the whole of the universe, and both Ganga and Jamuna are depicted as female divinities, and their association are, their vehicles are the water creatures, the aquatic creatures. The Ganga, you will find here a beautiful depiction of Makara, and here you have a turtle. So wherever you go in the entrance of the temple, you will find, the entrance gateway, you will find depiction of Ganga and Jamuna, both mother goddesses, both river goddesses, and their vehicles are crocodiles and tortoise.